कस्तूरी तिलकं ललाट पटले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभम् नासाग्रे वर्मोक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कङ्कणम् सर्वांगे हरिचंदनं सुललितं कंठे च मुक्तावली गोपास्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपाल चूरामणि वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री Gurave Namaha. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, and today the chapter that we will do is chapter 42, 43, कुवलिया पीठ का उद्धार और अखाड़े में प्रवेश. Entry of Shri Krishna and Balram ji in the wrestling arena and the liberation of Kuvaliya Pid, the huge elephant. That is the chapter. So Sri Krishna and Sri Balram are in Mathura, and so many leelas we have witnessed. There was Akrurji's experience of seeing Sri Krishna in the Yamuna. Sri Krishna and Sri Balram and Vaikuntha Lok and Sri Vishnu and everyone is in the river. And when he comes out, he sees Sri Krishna and Balram seated in the chariot. So there is no delay in accepting that Sri Krishna is this incomprehensible divine personality. He is the supreme person, and his leelas and his actions cannot be interpreted by our material mind and intellect. That was the revelation to Akrurji. And when Sri Krishna and Sri Balram enter Mathura, they encounter some reception and some objections. There is the washerman who insulted them, and in the process, he got killed. Then there was a tailor who was very receptive, and he honored Sri Krishna and Balram and offered so many colorful clothes, and he was amply rewarded. And there was Kubja, who is known for her skills in preparing the sandalwood paste, which she makes for her king Kans. But Sri Krishna wants the sandal paste, and what happens we all know. Sri Krishna addresses her as, "Oh, beautiful woman." Though she is hunchbacked, she is not a beautiful person in that sense, but Sri Krishna addresses her beautiful, and then he lifts her chin, pressing her foot with his foot, and she becomes ramrod straight. Her hunchback is gone. And then Kubja also wants to invite Sri Krishna, and she is in the Madhurya Bhav, and Sri Krishna and Balramji later visit Kubja, or I forgot whether Sri Krishna and Uddhavji. So that episode we learned. And now the battle with Kans and his wrestlers will happen. We all know Kans will be killed by Sri Krishna. This was the avatar of the Lord to deliver Jay and Vijay, the two gatekeepers in the Vakunt Lok who had been cursed by Sanat Sanatan Sanak Sanandan brothers, four Kumar brothers, and their curse has to be reversed, and the Lord himself will appear to kill Kans and Dantavakra. So all these are preordained. But before that, Mushtik and Chanur, the other two wrestlers, will also be killed. So all these we will learn in today's chapter. Suffice it to say that whatever we are learning in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran through the Leelas of the Lord, whatever the essence of knowledge we are receiving in Bhagavad Gita classes, whatever we are learning in Ramayana classes, these are all to enhance our bhakti, because bhakti is the only way to solve our problems. We all want to get out of depression. We all want to get out of this unending challenges in the material world. Jealousy, ego, pride, greed, काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मद, मोह, मत्सर, राग, द्वेष, ईर्ष्या, old age, ill health, fear of death. So many challenges we are facing on a daily basis. Somebody has got an ultra obedient child and somebody has got an ultra negative child. And that is what the scriptures say. We may have tortured someone very, very severely, and the effect of that could not be uh, consummated. So that has to happen in the next life. So sometimes we get a child who is going to avenge what we did to that person. That person comes as a child. Sometimes that person comes as a spouse. So this material world is called Dukkhalayam and Ashashvatam by Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. This material world is a place of miseries and it is temporary. So how a place of misery and a temporary place can be our ideal, yet all of us are trying to be the best in our field. Oh, I have to become a CEO. I have to be the best person in my field. We are all into this race. Does Shri Krishna object that you don't be in the race? He doesn't object. But he wants us to follow the divine rules, which is actually just very simple rule. Always remember Shri Krishna. That's the only rule. And don't forget Shri Krishna. That is the only don't. So there is only one Vidhi and there is only one Nishedh. If we follow this formula, everything else is taken care. But we won't believe in this. We will go into classes by so many psychologists and experts, and we will attend so many different uh, management lectures. But the rule is only one. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupaste tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. You just do Ananya Bhakti. Have full faith that Sri Krishna is our everything. He is our supreme mother, he is our supreme father, he is our supreme beloved, he is our supreme friend, he is our supreme parent. And if we have that faith that the Lord will always protect us, if we surrender to Him, if we surrender our mind and intellect, then all these problems will vanish. And in the process, our three dos, three karma, panch klesh, panch kosh, all these afflictions will vanish. So that is the only method which we need to remember all the time. So let us now go into our session today. chapter number 42. But before that, we will sing a bhajan. So let me hand over to Yatin ji.
जी भैया। श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो, the glory of Vrindavan, its moon, Shyam Sundar alone is mine. He who is described as eternal existence, complete divine knowledge, and infinite bliss, Sachidanand, in personal form in the Vedas, has come to the world as the son of Nand. The Vedas have described the soul of that Supreme Lord to be Sri Radha, Atma tu Radhika Tasya. The divine couple unceasingly showers the bliss of ras on deserving souls. These two oceans of bliss can be seen engaged in ever fresh amorous pastimes in Vrindavan, Nidhivan, and Gehvarvan. Shri Maharaji says, even great personalities like Lord Shankar can be seen wandering in Braj ensnared by their love. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Shri Vrindavan Chand Hamaru. 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 सत घन चिद घन आनंद घन जोई सत घन चिद घन आनंद घन जोई बन्यो सोई नंद नंद हमारो बन्यो सोई नंद नंद हमारो श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो परमात्मा की परम आत्मा परमा की परम आत्मा राधा कह श्रुति छंद हमारो राधा कह श्रुति छंद हमारो श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो युगल एक रस रस बरसावत, जुगल एक रस रस बरसावत, सरस रास आनंद हमारो, सरस रास आनंद हमारो। श्री वृंदावन चंद्रमारो। राधे राधे यतिन जी।
जी। वृंदावन निधिवन गहवर वन, वृंदावन निधिवन गहवर वन, विहरत आनंद कंद हमारो, विहरत आनंद कंद हमारो। श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो, श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो। फेरत कृपालु शंभु से जिनके, फेरत कृपालु शंभु से जिनके, परे प्रेम के फंद हमारो, परे प्रेम के फंद हमारो। श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो, श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो।
राधे गोविंद गोविंद, राधे राधे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद, राधे राधे श्री वृंदावन चंद हमारो, चंद हमारो, चंद हमारो। बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की
की
जय।
जय।
श्रीमद युगल सरकार
सरकार की
की जय।
जय।
श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा उत्सव महोत्सव की जय।
जय।
जय जय श्री
श्री
राम।
राधे।
जय जय श्री
श्री
राधे।
राधे।
जय जय श्री
श्री
राम।
राधे।
Our koti koti pranam to the lotus feet of Sri Hari and Sri Guru. Our koti koti pranam to Swami Mukundananji. My humble pranam to each one of you. And now let us begin our reading of the chapter 43 from Canto 10, Kuvalia Peed Slade. So I will read a few slides and then I'll hand over to Yatinji and other participants. So in the picture we see Kuvalia Peed with the Mahat, huge elephant. Shishuk begins, O brave Parikshit. The next day morning, Krishna and Balram finished their morning ablutions and headed towards the arena, hearing music and noise coming from there. The two saw the elephant Kuvalyapid blocking their entrance to the arena. Krishna told the Mahat to clear the way immediately or else face disaster. Furious with the challenge thrown, the Mahat goaded the elephant, instigating it to rush forward and attack Krishna. The animal seized Krishna in its trunk but could barely hold on as Krishna hit its trunk with his fist and slipped from his grip and disappeared from its sight, standing between its four legs. Sensing and sniffing, the elephant again caught hold of Krishna in its trunk and again escaping its grip. Krishna went behind it and now caught hold of its tail. Seizing the tail, Krishna dragged back the huge elephant to a distance of 25 bow lengths as easily as Garud would drag a snake. So the fight between Kuvalyapid and Sri Krishna is described. Kuvalyapid is how many times larger in size and so much stronger in appearance, but Sri Krishna is the supreme father of all Jeev. Every Jeev is subservient to Sri Krishna. He is the supreme father, he is the creator. And he has all the strength which we cannot imagine. No wonder he is able to release himself from the trunk and he is hitting him with his fist. And now let's see what happens in the next. Still gripping the tail firmly as if playing with calves, Krishna then tossed the elephant towards its right and left, dizzying the elephant. Running swiftly, Krishna moves to come in front of the elephant. Slapping his trunk, the furious animal, being further urged and goaded by its keeper, rushed forward to attack Krishna. Testing the elephant by just being in its reach and then run away, frustrating the elephant who went mad in fury. Finally, catching the trunk of the attacking elephant, Krishna then flung it down to the ground. Sri Hari then pulled out its tusks and slayed both the elephant and its keeper, Mahat, with its own tusks. Carrying the tusks as a trophy and weapons on their shoulder, the perspiring Krishna looking even more charming as he then entered the wrestling arena along with Balram and his Gop friends. So, Krishna is holding the elephant by its tail and swerving the elephant towards left and right, and he is running so swiftly. Sometimes he comes in front of the elephant and slaps its trunk, and the furious animal is rushing towards Krishna to attack him. But finally, Krishna catches the trunk of the attacking elephant and then flings it down to the ground and pulls out his tusks and slays both the elephant and the Mahat with its own tusks. So, by pulling out the tusk, using the tusk as a weapon, he kills both the elephant and the Mahat and he carries the tusk as a trophy and weapons on their shoulder. This is what we see in the picture. There is Krishna, there is Balram, and the tusk is being pulled, and the elephant is lying on the ground. So is the state of the Mahoth, and they are now entering the wrestling arena. Yes, carrying the tusks as a trophy and weapon on their shoulder. Krishna is entering the arena along with Balram and other Gopa friends. So let us move on to the next slide. The resplendent Krishna standing next to Balram looked like thunderbolt Vajra to the other wrestlers, as a jewel to some men, as Kamdev to the young ladies, as a dear relative to the Brajvasis, as an enemy to the evil princess, as a child to couple parents, as death personified to Kans, as just another person to the ignorant, as supreme reality to the yogis, and as the highest divine Ishtadev to the Vaishnavites, was how he was seen to different people of the audience present in the auditorium. With the mighty elephant also killed, Kans now sat terrified, realizing that Krishna is invincible. Krishna and Balram shone brightly, dressed in jewels, garlands, bright garments, and now looked like two brilliant actors on a stage that had the minds of every beholder captivated, who then kept on gazing at this rare vision, drinking its nectar with their eyes, tasting it with tongues, smelling it with their nose. So, Krishna is so resplendent. He is looking like a thunderbolt, Vajra to other wrestlers. So this is a situation which will remind us of the Ramayan couplet. जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत देखी तिन तैसी जा जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत तिन देख ही तैसी श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम. So only some years back, Sri Maharaji was on this planet, and so many people have visited them. And we have seen some people, when they visited Sri Maharaji, they fainted. That is something we have seen before our eyes. There are some people who go crazy seeing Sri Maharaji, and after Sri Maharaji leaves the podium, they go and start rolling on the ground. And it is not like they are making up. It always looked very genuine. So those are the ones who are seeing Maharaji in a much higher state. We, the ordinary people, we saw Maharaji not with that much sentiment, but we also found very, very divine kind of perceptions. Like I've always shared, at one time I was in Mangar and Sri Maharaji was giving the lecture. And to me, it appeared that Narsingha Bhagwan is talking on the podium. So there are many, many experiences of people. So this is very recent. So the same incident has taken place in Mathura, where Sri Krishna, who is God, who is the Supreme Person, Sri Balramji is God, he is the Supreme Person. But how different people are seeing that Krishna is described here. To the wrestlers, they appeared like Vajra. To some people, they appeared like a jewel. To young ladies, he appeared like he appeared like Kamdev, the personification of desires. To the Brajvasis, he appeared like a dear relative, And to those princes who were against, who were inimical, he appeared like an enemy. To the parents, he appeared like a child. To Kans, he appeared like death personified. And to the ignorant, he appeared like just another person. And he appeared like the highest Ishtadev divinity to the Vaishnavites. So different people in the audience present in the auditorium saw him differently. So when the elephant has been killed, Kans now is sitting terrified, realizing that Krishna is invincible. And Krishna and Balram are shining brightly, dressed in jewels, garlands, garments which are bright and look like two brilliant actors on a stage that had the minds of every beholder captivated, who then kept on gazing at this rare vision, drinking its nectar with their eyes, tasting it with tongues, smelling it with their nose. Right. So now let us have the participants and Yatinji to read the next set of slides.
जी भैया. Anyone like to read
Okay,
slides?
thank you, Bhaiya.
जी दीदी.
Kuvalyapid Slade, some of them now recollecting Krishna's Leelas, spoke to each other. The Supreme Lord Narayan, though residing in waters, has appeared in the form of these two brothers in the house of Vasudev. The younger ones, Sri Krishna, was actually born to Devaki, but brought up till now in Nandaraj's house in Gokul, safe from Kans. He's the one who has killed many demons, example Putna, Trinavat, Shankachud, Keshi, Dhenuka, and others too. He has also uprooted the two huge Arjun trees. He's the one who has rescued the gopas and cattle from a fire, subdued the Kalyana snake, and rid Indradev of his pride when he lifted the Govardhan mountain. See, by beholding him, the Vraj gopis too overcame their agonies. It is also said that due to Krishna, the Yadus will attain prosperity, fame, and glory. And see, his elder brother Balram too, full of transcendental opulences, who has also slayed Pralambasur and Vatasur.
Right.
Radhe Radhe.
So, Radhe Radhe. So, some of the audience members, they are recollecting Krishna's Leelas, like we have seen the past Leelas and how they are describing. The younger one is born to Devaki, but he was brought up uh, till now in Nandaraja's house in Gokul, safe from Kans. Then they are recalling how Shri Krishna killed Putana, Trinavrat, Sankhachur, Keshi, Dhenukasur, others. He also uprooted the two Arjun trees. He rescued the Gopas and cattle from a fire. Kalia snake episode, Indradev's pride was vanquished as he lifted the Govardhan mountains. All these Leelas they are recalling. And also, they said that due to Krishna, the Yadus will attain prosperity, fame, and glory. And they also spoke about his elder brother Balram, full of transcendental opulences, who has also slayed Pralambasur and Vatsasur. Now, let us move on to slide number 5.
Shall I carry on or do you want to read it, Yatin Bhaiya?
जी दीदी, I can read it.
Okay, thank you. Radhe Radhe.
जी, राधे राधे. While the people were still talking to each other, wrestler Chanur stepped forward and spoke to the two brothers. O heroes of Nand, Krishna and Balram, hearing of your wrestling skills, our king Kans has invited you to this wrestling competition. Any person obeying the king's order is sure to prosper, or else faces harm. Moreover, it is also a well-known fact that you cowherds, due to your bovine occupation, are well trained in wrestling since young age. So then let us, you two and we two, wrestle each other and bring delight to our king and make him happy. Shri Krishna, happily accepting the invitation, replies, We all are the Bhoja King Kansa's subjects and should do what pleases him and get his grace. We only request that the match be held among equals. Just a sec. Match be held among equals, young as we are, so that a sin of match between unequals does not taint all in this assembly. O great wrestler. Chanu responds, O Krishna, neither of you are young and definitely possesses immense strength, as has been proved that you have so easily killed the mighty elephant Kovalyapid, who itself possessed a strength of 1,000 elephants. Therefore, it is but right that you can face strong, powerful opponents of immense strength. Go ahead, Krishna, show your strength to me and let Bala face Mushtik here. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So very interesting conversations we are hearing after Sri Krishna has killed Kovalyapid and he has entered the wrestling arena. Chanur is the wrestler. Chanur we talk about in the invocation. Uh, Kasturi Tilakam, sorry, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kansa Chanur Mardanam. So that Chanur is speaking to Krishna and Balramji that, O heroes of Nand, Krishna and Balram, King Kans has heard about your wrestling skills and you have been invited. So let us do the wrestling in such a such manner. And we only request that match be held amongst equals because you are young, so that a sin of match between unequals does not taint all in his assembly. So Chanur says, neither of you are young and definitely possess immense strength, as has been proved that you have so easily killed the mighty elephant Kovalyapid, because he had a strength of 1,000 elephants. So all this conversation, very interesting, is taking place. And now let us see what happens next.
Verse 10, 43:17. Malla nam shanirinam narvarah stri. Bhaiya, can you please do this? This one is, I
Yeah,
think,
so
a long one.
now I have beautiful memory about this. First, I heard this from Swami Mukundananji 20 years back when he first came to Singapore and I first met him. The first discourse took place in the Shiva temple, which is called Sivan Temple in Singapore, and it was such an amazing, memorable day in our lives. And he was talking about Bhagwan se prem kaise ho. No, that discourse was in English. How to uh, have this divine sentiments, loving sentiments with the Lord. And in that lecture, this is what he shared. Malla nam nirnam narvara strinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajano satam chitibhujam Shasta swapitro sishu mrityurbhojapater virad vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishnin vrishnina pardevatiti vidito rangam gata sayaja. Radhe Radhe.
Ji. The various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers saw Krishna as a lightning bolt, the men of Mathura as the best of males, the women as Cupid in person, the cowherd men as a relative, the impious rulers as a chastiser, his parents as their child, the king of the Bhojas as death, the unintelligent as the Supreme Lord's universal form, the yogis as the absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So the same Ramayan Chaupai, जाकी रही भावना जैसी जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत दिन देखी तैसी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम सिया राम। So the same beautiful knowledge we can underscore by reading this particular shlok, that how we have our vision of the Lord, the sentiments, the faith, the Lord will appear in the same manner. Such a wonderful realization. Let us now move on to the next. So we have completed the text reading. Now this is the takeaways. Vimunchati yada kaman manavo manasi sthitan tarhaiva punrikaksha bhagavatvaya kalpate. O my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all the material desires in his mind, he becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulences like yours. So, do we have the control over our desires? All the time we want to impress others. Hey, see, my YouTube video has appeared. Did you see that? Then we are checking how many people have watched, how many people have liked, how many people have commented. So that's a subtle desire also. Or we want everyone to recognize us, to honor us. We want affirmation, we want validation of what we think, of what we do. All the times we are desiring. So that is not going to give us opulences. That is not going to give us the real wealth. The real wealth and opulences will come when we are able to give up the material desires. Let the material opulences come in without our desiring it. If it comes due to our actions or due to our destiny, we should be very grateful to the Lord. But then desiring it causes so much of problem. The same sentiment has been expressed by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, shloka number 71. Vihaya kamanaya sarvan pumanscharati nispriyaha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashantim adhigacchati. Swami Mukundanand ji once gave a lecture in the United Nations, and he quoted this particular verse, and he said this is the universal peace formula. United Nations is talking about peace between Ukraine and Russia, peace between US and Iran, peace between Israel and Palestine, Iran. So peace between Pakistan and India. But will that peace be ever achieved? That peace will not be achieved in complete sense, because the entire world is under the affliction of Maya. The Rajasic, Tamasic, and Sattvic Prakriti will always be there. Sometimes the Sattvic will prevail and things will improve. But to eliminate it completely, we need to address the seed of these desires, which is the lack of faith in God and thinking that everything is in our hands. So that is the shloka number 71 in chapter 2, that the real peace formula is when a person becomes nirmamo nirahankaraha, the riddance from the ahankar, riddance from the attachment, nispriha, and riddance from material desires. So now we move to the next takeaway. If anyone wishes to read, you can raise your hand. Then 7, 10, 8. 7th canto, 10th chapter, 8th slok. Indriyani mana prana atma dharmo dhritirmati shi hi shri stejasmiti satyam yasya nashyanti janmana. O my Lord, because of lusty desires from the very beginning of one's birth, the functions of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are vanquished. This is a famous conversation between Narsingha Bhagwan and the child devotee Prahlad ji. Now we cannot even imagine how a child of 5 years, 6 years, he knows all these, and that's when we should remember that there is something called transmigration of the soul, the rebirth, the previous birth. So Prahlad ji is such a divine child. He knows all these divine laws, and he is telling Narsingha Bhagwan, "Oh Lord, you are giving me the boon, but actually I want a boon from you that I never get a desire, material desire in my heart. If you are insisting that you give me a boon, please give me a boon that I never develop a material desire in my heart." Look at his wisdom. So, to validate his statement, he is supplementing this knowledge that what happens when we make a material desire, then we lose the strength of our sense, the strength of our mind, the strength of our body. We lose the importance of religiosity, we lose patience, we lose intelligence, we become shameless, we lose all the other opulences and strengths. We lose our memory also, we lose the quality of truthfulness. So, very inspiring lines. Let us move on to the next. So, that was the last slok, last takeaway. With that, we have completed the text reading and the bhajan and the introduction. So, now we can open up and invite anyone to say their reflections on today's episode. Radhe Radhe. Over to Yatin ji.
जी भैया. So as usual, we are coming to the conclusion of the Leela, and all the chapters are they are so full of knowledge and reverence and emotions, and also the takeaways. They are very. I mean, the one we read uh, today is are like. I mean, we should always read daily on the daily basis just to uh, hammer them in the mind. So because they tend to this type of knowledge because of the desires from the previous births and the since the child since the birth, and I mean these tend to we tend to forget them. So and about the I mean I just found this very I don't know I mean definitely some interplay or maybe some just fun Shri Krishna was having with them. But I mean, he suggested to have the wrestling match between equal opponents, and he's pointing towards his like not very huge, not having very huge body as compared to the other wrestlers. He was just suggesting they have like match between some other maybe smaller wrestlers or something. So so, so it was very funny that Kans was having this last quiver in last arrow in his quiver, and Shri Krishna was trying to play with it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately they also have some good arguments to keep this happening. So yeah, I mean that was yeah, I mean fun to fun to read that he was always in this state, in this fun state. Yeah. Overall, it was a good session today, Bhaiya. And the bhajan was also very nice, and the takeaways definitely are always very relevant, and always we must remember them and read them on a daily basis.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Bhaiya. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, Rajesh ji. I've always had a question in mind. Sometimes what's the difference between Vrindavan, Vraj, and Gokul, or one and the same? Because sometimes different names are used for the same place. Am I wrong or am I right?
I think Gokul is a different place, which is the place of Nanda Baba, where Shri Krishna grew up after he was taken from Devaki's place in Mathura. So they are physical locations. If you go to Uttar Pradesh, that region, you will see Gokul is different, Vrindavan is different. So those are definitely physical different locations, but the entire region I think is called Braj.
Okay.
Because wherever Shri Krishna has played his Leela, and this is my info, but very important question. I think I can recheck, but this is what I recall.
Thank you. I'll also have a look. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
As usual, a phenomenal session. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. All the Leelas of Krishna going to Mathura and all the, killing of Kovalyapit, and then talking to Kans and starting the wrestling with Chanur and the other wrestler, Chanur and Vrishtik. Is it Vrishtik? Mushtik, sorry.
Mushtik, Mushtik.
Mushtik, thank you. And like Yatin Bhaiya said, Krishna just becomes so innocent and so benevolent that he makes others feel that he hasn't got the strength, and he's small and little, but we all know that how powerful and how much divine powers he has. So thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you. Radhe Radhe. I have to leave today, Bhaiya, at 9:30.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you.
Hema Smita Didi.
Yes, Radhe Radhe, everyone, Radhe Radhe. Very good session, very knowledgeable recap of Krishna's past Leelas. I'm wondering, was Kuvelya paid any relation to Gajendra? Elephant?
I have not thought about it. I have not heard. I don't know whether they were first cousins or the second cousins, but very interesting question.
Reincarnation, maybe. And
last time, yeah, last time you had said you had asked the question about the washerman, and that was such an apt question, and immediately I recalled, yeah, it was the same Dhobi in Ramavatar, but
yeah.
Kuvalyapit's past life. Actually, Gajendra was a king, that you know. Gajendra had been that king had been cursed by Durvasha Muni, so he had become an elephant. So Kuvalyapit will have to do. I'll raise a question in Chat GPT today.
And Chanur and Mushtik, they fought with Krishna. So, did they attain Krishna's abode as well?
They must have, because whoever Shri Krishna kills, they attain him. He is very merciful. So they would have, but I have not come across that mention. So that also we can research.
Wonderful. Can't think of anything else, but if I'll do, I'll message you.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying these recap of Canto 10. It just keeps refreshing my memory and enhancing the knowledge. And I keep notebook, Bhagavatam USA, Bhagavatam UK. And
see you in USA program also. So
it just all helps with developing the sadhana, putting these leelas into practice.
Maybe you can produce a movie or a television serial on Bhagavatam.
take starting off with the cartoons?
Yeah, why
Maybe.
not? Cartoon
Maybe
or
start with the
yes.
cartoons and then move
So,
on to the next level,
yeah,
the medium level, and then just keep graduating from the cartoons onwards
absolutely.
and upwards. Radhe Radhe, thank you so much.
Radhe Radhe.
राधे राधे भैया, बहुत ही सुंदर सेशन था। हमारे वृंदावन और नंद के चांद श्री कृष्ण का वर्णन और उनके और राधा के गुणों और पराक्रमों का जो विवरण आपने विशद तरीके से किया अपने भजन और अपने श्री भागवतम के पाठ के द्वारा, बहुत ही अद्भुत आनंद को देने वाला था। बहुत ही इतना मन रम गया भजन में कि जी चाह रहा था कि भैया को बोलूं एक बार फिर से आप लोग गाओ। बहुत ही अच्छा था, बहुत सुंदर, आनंद से भरा। और श्री कृष्ण के पराक्रम को भी जिस तरह उन्होंने अपने पराक्रम को दिखाया उस सभा में, और सभी लोग बहुत ही अभिभूत और आनंद से विभोर थे। साथ में आपने एक कोई श्लोक कहा जो मुझे याद नहीं है, उसका मतलब यही था कि आपकी जैसी भावना होगी वैसे ही श्री कृष्ण का रूप आपको नजर आएगा। वो भी बहुत ही अच्छा था। राधे राधे।
थैंक यू सो मच। जाकी रही भावना जैसी, प्रभु देखी तिन सूरत तैसी, तिन मूरत तैसी। Very simple chaupai, but very famous. Radhe Radhe. With that, we can conclude. बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार
सरकार की
जय।
जय।
श्रीमद युगल सरकार
सरकार
की
की
जय।
जय।
जय जय श्री
श्री राधे।
जय जय श्री
श्री राधे।
जय जय
श्री राधे।
राधे
राधे
राधे।
राधे।